much energy that it scrunches the space-time down. So, and this is where Salvatore Pais's patents come into play. We've been trying to figure out, how do you pull the energy out of space-time? And it seems like the answer might be the opposite of what we think. Instead of trying to use a vacuum to pull the energy out, create a huge electromagnetic disturbance that's really focused down onto a point. And that can just collapse space-time, much like how an opera singer can cause a wine glass to shatter. Just singing doesn't cause it to shatter, but if you hit the right note, if you really tenderize it, you can cause it to snap. And then what happens is the vacuum then just creates, they call it a negative refractive index, where now light acts differently in that region. So actually what we're doing is we are basically making a bubble, like an actual bubble, but in the space-time itself by changing the amount of energy density.
Ashton Forbes, great to actually have you in the studio. Great to see you, my friend.
It's a pleasure to be here in person. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, you and I have had a lot of conversations.
I'm sitting here saying that we have access to free energy. Like the moment you see a coherent plasma ball that is just not dissipating, that's somebody's figured out fusion.
And what do you do with that? So you've got this, other than make planes disappear, like, what are you doing with this plasma ball?
Unlimited energy, for one, is one, because if you have such level of control that you can keep it perfectly coherent, that means you can spin the magnetic fields around with inside of it, the plasma, and all they have to do is just move the plasma around. Just the motion of the plasma itself creates a magnetic field. And that magnetic field is what keeps it stabilized.
How powerful is that magnetic field?
That's the part where...
Like, we're talking kitchen level
We're
magnets?
talking more powerful
eddy
than
currents.
CERN, probably. Yeah. We're hitting levels
How
that...
big of the ball... Sorry to keep interrupting.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Blown away by this.
Yeah.
How big would this plasma ball have to be more
Not that
powerful?
big,
than
about a ping
CERN?
pong ball.
Interesting enough, the bigger it is, the less powerful it gets.
Yeah,
Actually,
ping pong ball.
Due to the inverse square law. That's what's so beautiful about the physics, is that everybody wants it to be so complicated. But I think it's actually just really straightforward. Is that we're in a medium of ocean of energy, and if you just make a bubble in that, you can get anomalous effects.
I think that's usually the way it works, right?
How do you make the bubble, bud?
It's the simplest explanation, right? So
You reckon
maybe
how?
Tesla had discovered this, right? This etheric energy all around us that we can pull from it and use it. I think his experiments, you know, I mean, in the field, having like light bulbs set up across a feet.
Anyway, I don't see what's so complicated. I don't know.